Let me bring on board Sangeeta Purushottam. Sangeeta, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Sangeeta, this week is a big week. We've got three important market-moving events: railway budget, eco-survey, and then the union budget on Thursday. What's your gut feel? Do you think we will come out on the right side of the event?
I think we should. I mean, I think that the budget is very important this time, unlike the last few budgets where it was more a statement of finances. I think here it's a statement of policy. It's basically going to show us whether the government is ready to walk the talk in terms of the fiscal consolidation that's needed, and if the path to it is credible. So if we look at the entire sort of resurgence of the reform process, which started from September onwards, this is a key event in that process. It's by no means the end. I think we need to continue that momentum way outside the budget in order to get the investment cycle back on track. But I would say that the budget is important. The commentary in the eco survey will also be important. And on the whole, I would be surprised if this is the peak for the market. If the news flow on reforms continues, then I think the rally should have some more legs left to it.
Sangeeta, hi, morning. Let's first start by discussing what the market is going to react to today, the RBI norms on new bank licenses. Is it something that the market is already priced in, or do you think there is more buffer to the stock prices?
I think part of it is priced in because it's been talked about for quite some time. But, obviously the fact that the norms are out will have some impact on the prices of companies which are going to be affected by it also. So we should see some impact, whether today, tomorrow, it's hard to say, but over the course of the next few days, because now the roadmap to the new bank licenses is fairly clear. And I think interest around the potential candidates is bound to pick up.
Sangeeta, I want to bring your views to SBI in particular, and now with this kind of growth capital infusion, what it would do to the stock.
Well, I think, if you look at the entire PSU pack and just take a step back and look at the numbers which came out in the latest results, they were relatively mixed. So there were some companies and some banks, including SBI and a couple of the other PSU banks, where the clear sense was that they were ahead of the curve and we are close to a bottoming out of the NPA cycle. And that's really my view. I think selectively valuations in the PSU pack are attractive, and they are pricing in whatever concerns they are there. I would not say that for all the PSU banks, but for some of them, I think current valuations are provide fairly good entry points for long-term investors.
Are you in agreement with what the broader market mood is? And the broader market mood is that the beta trade has failed. Cyclicals are still looking slightly stretched. But since there is abundant global liquidity, it is time to still, hide in defensives.
I think it depends, Nikunj, which set of defensives you're looking at. Pharma relatively still looks interesting because if you look at the valuations of most companies, they are between, say, 18 to 20 times forward earnings. And when you compare that with the other set of defenses, which is really the consumer bank, they're cheaper with somewhat similar ROEs and higher growth potential. You don't have the risks there that domestic consumption is slowing down, because many of these companies also have an export revenue stream. IT again could be potentially an interesting defensive because again it's an export play, so it gives you a certain hedge against the currency, and there's some sense that the external environment for order flows is picking up. So it's not really a blind call on all defensives. You really need to actually factor in the valuations as well. Unlike, say, the beginning of last year where across the board valuations were low, that's no longer the case.